Yes.
There are many rainy days in spring. The days are hot and long summer. There are few hours of daylight and fall.
Yeah, it's so nice. Thanks a lot, Abdullah. You are excellent, mashallah. Thanks, honey. Okay, thank you, honey. Okay, after Abdullah Al-Hakami. Hamad? Hamad. Okay, Omar Fifi, you can open your camera and start.
Okay. I start.
Yes, honey.
This is the 4 seasons. This fall. And winter is so cold. And spring is the spring is the sun is great, and summer is very hot, and fall when the leaves fall from the tree.
Yes, it's so nice. Super boy. Thanks a lot, Omar Fifi. Thanks, honey. Yes, Omar Saeed.
Teacher,
Omar.
yes, teacher, I want to see.
Yes, open your camera and let's start.
Just water slide. Okay, wait, I will. Wait.
Oh, wait. Omar Fifi.
Yes.
Thanks, honey. You are amazing. You want to add something?
Yes, teacher, I will open the camera. Yes, teacher, I will open the camera.
Okay, wait. Yes, Omar Muhammad, Omar Fifi, wait, Omar Saeed, wait. Omar Fifi, you wanted to add something?
Yes.
Okay, but quickly, okay? So wait, Omar Saeed, wait, honey.
This is kind of cloud.
Yes, Hamad, wait, after Omar Saeed, honey. Okay, this is...
First,
Listen to your friend, yes?
Then white and puffy. And dress is low in the sky.
Yes.
This is water sky.
Okay, it's amazing, Abdullah. That's enough, Omar. Thanks, honey. You are super, mashallah. Thanks a lot. Thanks, honey. Okay, now Omar Saeed.
Yes, teacher.
Just open your camera and start.
Okay, I will open my camera. Do you see me?
Still no. Now, yes, now I can see you now.
Okay, teacher. This is the Earth. And this is the axis. What is the axis? The axis is the imaginary line that at the center of the Earth. Now, this place is day, and this place is night, and all of the time the Earth is go around, and it is facing this side, and this is here day and here night, and all of the time is made like this.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thanks a lot. Very nice, Omar. Thanks, honey. Okay, yes, Hamad. Hamad. Okay, wait, honey. After Hamad. Yes, Hamad.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, let's start, honey.
The language of up. And when the tree will be lower, will be plotted here.
Yes, amazing.
The sun will be here, lower. And the tree will be high.
Wow, thanks a lot, super boy Hamad. You are super, mashallah. Thanks, honey. Okay, Marzu, yes, you can now.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Marzu, you can, honey.
Teacher, my name is Abdurrahman. I can say.
Wait, honey, wait, Abdurrahman. Yes, Marzu. Yes, yes, Marzu, yes.
It's for
Yes.
Number one, winter. Winter is number two, spring.
Yes, Marzu, I can't see. Well, put your camera down, down. Yes, okay.
Spring is very good. Number three, summer. Summer is very hot. And number four, autumn is fall.
Yes, it's amazing, mashallah. Thanks a lot, Marzu. You are super. Thanks, honey. Thanks, honey. Okay, Abdullah Muhammad Qasim, did you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's start.
I open my camera.
Yes, honey. Abdullah?
Yes.
Okay, so you wait. Mute your microphone. Yes,
Teacher,
Abdullah.
did you call my name?
No, honey, I call Abdullah Muhammad Qasim, okay?
Okay.
Yes, Abdullah Muhammad Qasim. Faster, please.
I open my camera.
Okay. Let's start.
Is rotate around axis. Around axis. When E rotate, make parted of day and night. When one
Abdullah, did you open your camera?
yes.
Okay. Hon.
When one side of each face is it sad is he sad is it day and other
The other side is
other place of ear is it night.
night. Yes. So good. Thanks a lot. It's amazing. Excellent, Abdullah. Thanks, honey. Yes, Muhammad Hilal. Did you read Muhammad Hilal? Muhammad Hilal, did you read? Okay, thanks, honey. So let's start. Okay, thanks a lot. You are amazing today, mashallah. Thanks a lot, honey. Let's start our period. Okay, hello, my little scientist. Can you see the picture? First, can you see the picture? Is it clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so now, yes, mute your microphone. Hello, my little scientist. Welcome to our online science class. I am teacher Riham, your science teacher. May Allah protect Saudi Arabia and all Islamic countries from any dangers. Why we study science grade 2? Because the science of today is the technology of tomorrow. Please try to follow our online class rules. Be prepared on the time. Mute your microphone, close your camera. No one write on the chat, okay? Now let's start by this picture. Look at the picture and try to think and answer me, okay? I choose who can answer with me. But wait. No. Yes. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes, honey, wait.
I can say for you. I can put my project.
Inshallah, the next week, okay?
You
Okay, let's start. Look at the picture and try to tell me what can you see in the night sky? Yes, I will start from you, Saqar. Yes, Saqar?
Yes, teacher.
Tell me, honey, what can you see in the night sky?
Moon and the star.
Yes, can you see the moon and stars? Excellent, so nice. So in the night, we can see the moon and stars. Thanks a lot. So, Saqar, can you guess what are the titles of our lesson today? The same word.
Moon.
Like your answer. Yes, the moon and?
Moon and the star.
Yes, it's so nice. Thanks a lot, Saqar. So our lesson today, grade 1, grade 2, inshallah, it's about the moon and stars, okay? Our objectives today, inshallah, we will observe the moon and its phases as its orbit the earth, recognize that the sun is the closest star to the earth. Okay? So if you look at the sky at the night, you can see the moon and the stars, okay? It's so nice and it's so dark in the sky, but we can see by the stars and by the moon, okay? First, I want to start with you by this ayah from Quran, okay? Can you read it in Arabic? But I will read it in English, and it is He who placed for you the stars, that you may be guided by them through the darkness of the land and sea. And we have detailed the science for people who yes, Muhammad Ahmed, can you read it in Arabic? Muhammad Ahmed? Yes, honey. Okay, Zaid. Zaid?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, can you read this ayah in Arabic?
What is it?
Here, can you see the picture?
Yes.
Yes, so try to read it.
وهو I don't see thing. Yes. وهو الذي سخرنا الذي
Yes,
جعلنا هذا
again, Zaid.
الذي جعلنا هذا هو الذي جعل النجوم
Yes.
لتهتدوا بها
And Okay, that's enough. Thanks a lot, Zait. Okay, so Allah is create the stars for guided us. Okay, what about with the stars and what about with the moon? I will tell you here in this lesson, inshallah. Okay, so first, what does the moon like? If you look at the night sky, or if you look at the sky at night, the moon look like what? Who can tell me? Yes, Muhammad Ahmed, tell me the moon look like what? Okay, Kusai, can you tell me the moon look like what?
Yes, teacher.
Are you Kusai?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, honey, what about the moon? If you look at the sky, the moon look like what? Is it like the triangle or like that rectangle, or what is the color of the moon? Tell me, honey.
Color the moon.
Yes?
Color my moon.
Yes, what is the color of the moon? I accept all of your answers, so give me any answer. What is the color of the moon?
White and black.
Okay, and the moon look like the triangle or like the circle or rounded or what else?
Circle.
Yes, it's rounded, okay, honey. Okay, and what else?
What?
And what else? What about the moon? Do you know anything more about the moon? Yes?
Nothing I have.
Okay, thanks a lot, honey. Yes, thanks a lot, Kusai. Okay, so if you look at the moon or the night sky, we can see the moon. What about the moon? It has round shape. It's maybe white and sometimes it's yellow. So what about the moon? Okay. And also, if you look at the night sky, what about the stars? What do stars look like? Yes, Sultan Zay Abdurrahman. Abdurrahman.
Yes, teacher.
Honey, if you look at the night sky, what do stars look like? Is it very large or small?
Small.
Yes, it's a small and what else? Look how it's shining.
And is
Yes, it's
more
shine.
the sky. More
It what, honey?
more the star in the sky.
Yes, more stars in the sky. And if you look at the stars can make their own light, yes or no? Like
Yes.
the flashlight, yes. If you look at the sky, the dark sky, can you see the stars?
Yes.
Why? The stars have a light?
No.
How no? Look well. The stars have a light, can make their light. Like the flashlight, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, the stars can make their own light, and the star, if we look at the dark or night sky, we can see the stars. It's very small. Thanks a lot, Abdurrahman, super boy. Okay, so what about the moon and what about the stars? And where do you see the moon and the stars? Where? Yes, Sultan Salah. Sultan Salah? Yes, honey. Where do you see the moon and the stars? Can you see it in the night or in the day?
In the night.
In the night, you can see the moon and the stars. But you know why you cannot see the moon and stars in the day? You know?
No.
Okay, I will tell you in this lesson. Thanks a lot, honey. Excellent boy. Okay, first let's talk about the moon. What about the moon? First, if we talk about the moon, we cannot see moon, but we can see the moon because our Earth has one moon, so we can see the moon. Okay. What about the moon? It's made of rock. Oh, look how it's made of rock, but we can see the moon in the sky has a light, but it's not correct. The moon is made of rock. So the moon is made of rock. So number one, Muhammad Abdul Mohsen, the moon is made of Muhammad Abdul Mohsen.
Yes.
Yes, honey, the moon is made of rock. The moon is of Muhammad, the moon is made of rock. The moon is made of?
Yeah.
So repeat, the moon is made of rock. Rock is made of? Muhammad, what's wrong? The moon is made of rock. Repeat after me, the moon is made of?
Yeah.
Rock. The moon is made of?
Rock.
Yes, it is made of rock. Thanks a lot, Muhammad. Focus with me. Okay. So the moon, what about the moon? The moon is made of rock. Oh, but what is the difference between the moon and the sun? If we look at this picture, what is the difference between the sun and the moon? Yes, Osama?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, honey. Look at the sun. What about with the sun? Can you see a light from the sun? Yes or no?
Some.
Yes, can you see a light from the sun? Yes or no? Yes, the sun gives us a light and heat, and the sunlight is so bright. Yes, it's amazing, Osama. Thanks. And what about the moon? Can you see a light from the moon?
Very hot.
Yes, and the sunlight is very hot. Thanks a lot. And what about the moon? What about the moon, Osama? Can you see a light from the moon?
No.
No, of course, or yes. If you look at the sky in the night,
Yes.
yes, it seems he has a light, but it's not correct, Osama. But it's not correct, honey. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks, Osama. You are excellent, mashallah. So the difference between the sun, if we look at the sun, or in our day, the sun makes heat and light. The sun can make light, okay? But the moon cannot make light. But how? If we look at the sky in the night, we can see the moon and we can see a light from the moon. I will tell you. First, what about the sun? The sun can make its own light. The sun can make its own light, but the moon cannot. So what is the difference between the sun and the moon? The sun can make its own light, can make its own, but the moon cannot make its own light, cannot make its own light. So these are the difference between the sun and the moon. Yes, Mishari? Mishari?
Yes.
Mishari. So tell me about the sun. The sun can make its own.
Huh?
Yes, the sun can make its own light. Can make.
On light.
Yes, its own light. But the moon can or cannot make.
Not. You cannot.
Yes, cannot make. Cannot make. Sorry, it's not the moon. Yes, cannot make. Thanks a lot, Mishari. Excellent, Mishari. Yes, Hatem, tell me again. Hatem.
Yes.
Honey, what are the difference between the sun and the moon? First, the sun can make. The sun can make its own light. Can make its own light. But the moon can or cannot?
Cannot.
Yeah, it cannot make its own light. Cannot make its own light. Can shine. Okay, thanks, Hatem. Excellent, Hatem. So this is the difference between the sun and the moon. Okay, the sun can make its own light, but the moon cannot. But how? If you look at the sky, we can avoid from the moon. I will tell you. But first, you must read this ayah also from chapter Yunus. It's He who has made the sun a shining light. SubhanAllah. Look, Allah say the sun has a shining light, but the moon a private light. So it's meaning the light of the moon is obtaining from something. The moon obtains light from something, but who? How the moon can obtain the light from something? How we can see the moon? How we can see the moon? And it's a rock. I tell you, it's made of rock. So how we can see it? How we can see the moon? And the moon is made of rock. So how we can see it? And why we cannot see the moon best at the day? If we are in the day, like now, in the day sky, if we look at the sky, we cannot see the moon. Why? And we cannot see other stars also in the day. Why? Because the sunlight is so bright. Because is so bright, so we can see anything from the sunlight. We can see anything from the sunlight, okay? Yes, Sultan Naif. Sultan Naif. Okay, Ali?
Yes, teacher, I'm Mohamed. I am here.
Yes, Yahya, wait, honey. Ali? Okay, Omar Adil? Where are you? Omar Adil?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Omar. Tell me, honey, why we cannot see the moon best at the day? Just we can see the moon in the night. And we cannot see other stars also in the day.
Sunlight.
Yes, because the sunlight is so bright. So because the sunlight is so bright, the sunlight is so bright. The sunlight is
It is.
yes, so bright. It is. Yes, it is so bright. Yes, honey, excellent. So now, how we can see the moon, and it's made of rock. It's made of what again? Tell me, Subhi. What about the moon? The moon is made of
Earth.
rock. Is made of rock. You know the rock? We talk about the rock in the first semester. So the moon is made of
Rock.
yes. If you look at the rock can shine, can make light.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rock can shine, can make light in the dark.
No.
No, the rock has cannot make their own light and it's not shine like the sun. So thanks a lot, Sobhi. Excellent, Sobhi. Okay, so first I want you to look at this picture. Look well, what happened? Oh, the orange or the red ball, this is the sun, okay? And the blue one, it is the earth. And the white one, it is the moon. Okay, so can you tell me what happened here, Omar Saeed? Oh, sorry, Omar Saeed. Wait. Yes, Yusuf. Yusuf? Or Yusuf?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, look well, honey, and tell me what happened here in this picture.
The moon and the sun and the
First.
earth.
Yes, first, the earth moves around the
Sun.
yes, the earth is the blue ball. It moves around the sun. Yes, thanks a lot, Yusuf. It's amazing. Yes, Amr? 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 Okay, yes. Muhammad Hilal?
Yes.
Yes, Amr. So look well, honey. First, the earth, the blue ball, moves around the sun. And number two, which moves around the earth? The white ball, which moves around Yes, it's amazing. The moon moves around the earth. So, grade 2, the moon moves around the earth. Excellent, Amr. So, the moon moves around the earth. And we know because the earth moves around the sun, what happens? When the earth moves around the sun, it causes what? Yes, in the earth around the sun, not around its axis or spinning on the axis. The earth moves on orbit the sun. The earth orbits the sun. So this goes, therefore, yeah, the 4 seasons. Excellent, the 4 seasons. So number 1, when the earth moves around the sun, this goes the 4 seasons. But now, what about with the moon? The moon is moves around the earth. So what happened? Why do we see the moon in the sky? Look, honey. Now this is the moon, and the moon orbits the earth, okay? The sunlight, yes, Muhammad Hilal, wait, honey. The sunlight shines on the moon. So here the sunlight, when the sunlight facing the moon or shines on the moon, now we can see the moon as its light, okay? So the sunlight shines on the moon. So if we look at the moon, we can see the moon has a light, but really or fact, the moon has or cannot make a light, just it's reflect the light of the sun. Just it's reflect the light of the sun, okay? So how the moon moves or why do we see the moon in the sky? Because the moon or the sunlight shines on the moon. The sunlight shines on the moon, okay? So why do we see the moon in the sky? Yes, Muhammad. Now, why do we see the moon in the sky? Yes, Muhammad. The moon can make its own light like the sun?
No.
No, of course it cannot make, because it's made of. Yes, Muhammad. The moon is made of. Is made of rock. Is made of
Rock. Made of rock.
Yes, honey, excellent. The moon is made of rock. And why do we see the moon in the sky? Why? Because, yes, the sunlight.
Because the sunlight is.
Yes. Is what?
Because the sunlight.
Yes, Muhammad. The sunlight shines on it. The sunlight shines on it. The sunlight shines. Yes, it's amazing. The sunlight shines on the moon. So now we can see the moonlight, or we can see the moon as it has a light. But fact, the moon cannot make the light. Yes, Muhammad, thanks, honey. Okay, so the sunlight shines on the moon. The sunlight shines on the moon. Yes, Muhammad Riyad. Muhammad Riyad.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Muhammad. I ask you, the moon can make its own light? Yes or no?
Yeah.
The moon can make its own light? Of course, no. Yes, but the moon or the sunlight shines on? Yes, Muhammad, the sunlight shines on the moon. The sunlight?
Shine in the moon.
Yes, shines on the moon. So the moon reflects this light, and we can see the light from the moon. Okay, honey?
Okay.
Yes.
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher, when the sun go down, the sun gives his light to the moon, and the moon will have a light.
Yes, honey. Excellent. Thanks a lot, honey. Okay. So now the moon moves in an orbit. The moon moves in an orbit around the sun. So first, how we can see the moonlight? Because the sunlight shines on the moon. Because the sunlight shines on the moon. And number two, we know that the moon moves in around the sun. Yes, around the earth. Sorry, the moon moves around the earth. Yes, the moon moves around the earth. Okay, so the moon moves in an orbit. This is called orbit. Okay, the path, this path, the moon moves around the earth. This path is called orbit. It's called orbit. So the moon moves in orbit around the sun. But how many days the moon moves in this orbit? It takes 1 month. It takes 1 month. So the moon orbit the earth in 1 month. The moon can make one orbit, one full turn, or one orbit in 1 month. In 1 month. 1 month, it's meaning 30 days, okay? So the moon can make one orbit around the earth in 1 month. In 1 month. So number one, the sunlight shines on the moon. The sunlight shines on the moon, so we can see the moon, or we can see the moon as light, okay? And number two, the moon make one orbit in 1 month. The moon make one orbit in 1 month, okay? Yes, Yahya Hussein? Yahya?
Yes, teacher.
So tell me, Yahya, the moon can make one orbit around this, the earth in how many days?
1
In one orbit, in in 1 month, in 1
month.
yes, in 1 month, in 1
Month.
month. Thanks a lot, Yahya, super boy. Yes, Abdulaziz Asam? Excellent, Yahya. Yes, so tell me, Abdulaziz, the moon can make one orbit around the sun, the earth, or the sun?
What?
The moon make one orbit. The moon moves around the earth or around the sun?
Earth.
Yes. In how many days?
1 month.
Yes, 1 month. It's amazing, Abdulaziz. Thanks a lot, honey. In 1 month, the sun can, the moon can make one orbit. The moon can make one orbit. Yes, Muhammad Fahad? Muhammad Fahad? Where are you? Salim? Salim? Agab? What's wrong? Saud? Saud?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Tarmiba.
Saud? Yes, okay. Yes, honey. Yes, Saud. So tell me, honey, what about the moon? The moon can make its own light?
No.
But the moon
Can round.
Yes, okay, can round or can move around the earth. And the sunlight shines on?
Moon.
Yes, it's amazing. Saud, super boy. The sunlight shines on the moon and the moon reflects this light. Thanks a lot, Saud. Yes, Yahya Muayyad?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, tell me, honey, again about the moon. What about the moon?
The moon
Can make its own light like the sun or cannot? Can shine?
no
No, it cannot
cannot
shine.
make it is own light.
Yes, it cannot shine or cannot make its own light, but just the sun shines on the
when the sun goes down, the sun gives his light to the moon.
Yes, the sun shines on the moon, so give the light moon, and so we can see the light from the moon. Thanks a lot, Yahya. Thanks a lot, super boy. Okay. Yes, Nasir? Nasir?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Nasir. Tell me, Nasir, the moon can shine or cannot?
Can
Shine like the sun or cannot?
Cannot.
Nasir? Yes, it cannot shine, but the sun shines on the moon. The sun?
Moon.
The sun shines on the moon. Thanks a lot, Nasir. Yes, Naif? Naif? Naif. Jabir? Abdulaziz Mansour?
Teacher, may I say my name?
Yes. Call your name. Wait, after Abdulaziz. Yes, Abdulaziz. So, Abdulaziz, what about the moon? The moon can shine? Yes, Abdulaziz, can or cannot shine? Yes, cannot shine because it's made of rock. It's made of? Abdulaziz, your voice is not clear. Cannot shine because it's made of rock. It's made of? Yes, it's made of rock, but the sun shines on the sun shines on the moon, Abdulaziz. Okay, excellent, Abdulaziz. Your voice not clear. Yes, Agab? Agab?
Yes, teacher.
So, Agab, tell me, honey, the moon can move around the sun or around the earth?
Around the earth.
Yes, it's amazing. And now the sun can shine on the moon. The sun?
Shine the moon.
Yes, so we can see the light from the moon. Thanks a lot, Agab, and thanks for all of you, grade 2. Let's complete our lesson tomorrow, inshallah.
Teacher,
Thanks a lot.